This is Raw Troop once again, coming in his third installment for what I call one of the greatest injustices ever in the history of the National Basketball Association. I'm gonna finish this Kobe Bean Bryant. Enough is enough. This is part three, and it's done. I'm done with my argument. But after I'm done, you gonna feel me. You gonna feel Raw Troop. It's about time somebody speak the raw truth concerning this matter. It's been a grave injustice, y'all. A grave injustice that is taking place. This man is fifth all time on the scoring list. He's the all time leader in every stat as a Laker except assists. Steals, he's second. And rebounds, he's not first. Everything else, he's first. Minutes played, games played, everything you could think of. Points, the whole 9 yards. He won't ever catch Magic's assist numbers. He'll finish probably second or third on that one, but he's second in steals already. He'll probably pass that one up and get number one on steals. So he's going to be the greatest Laker. A franchise that has Wilt Chamberlain, Elgin Baylor, Magic Johnson, James Worthy, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Shaq, Shaquille O'Neal. Can I keep going? And he's going to be the greatest of all of them. But you mean to tell me this man got one MVP? How ironic today. I've been screaming this for the past 5 years. He been robbed out of his MVPs. I need to title this segment, Please Stop, Please Somebody Bring the Black Mamba Back. His MVP trophies that was stolen from him in 2003 and 2006. Yeah, I said it. Tim Duncan, you robbed him in 2003. It wasn't your fault. It's the media's fault. It's the people that don't like Kobe Bryant's fault. People that get caught up in personality's fault over performance. Let me say that one more time. Performance on the court is different than personality off the court. You have to learn how to separate the two. Y'all hear that media out there? All you racist, racially biased media, pick and choose, toy with somebody's history and legacy like that, man. Y'all ought to feel shame of yourself. Sekou Smith writes an article today talking about what are the historians going to do when they look back over this storied career and see that he only got one MVP, even though he was player of the decade. Beat Shaq and Tim Duncan out for player of the decade, but he got one MVP. Are you kidding me? It's ridiculous. It's preposterous. But my theory, I'm gonna share my theory because the raw truth, that's what he does. He's gonna give you the raw truth and you gotta swallow it and deal with it. It's right there between your eyes all day long. I'm gonna give it to you. That's what I do. That's what we do down in the big greasy, the big easy, the swamps. That's how we handle it down there. We give you raw truth. Now look, y'all see I'm representing that old Kobe Bryant. Huh? Look at that. Look at it good. Number 8 with the little basketball thing on it. That's that old school Kobe. That was that raw dog killer, mini fro. Don't cat dunk on your grandma, your dog, and your 4-year-old kid. Y'all know that's real. Y'all remember when he had that fro? He wasn't nothing nice. So back to my point. They robbed this man. He's been robbed. 2003, 30 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals. 9 games of 40 plus, 13 of 35 plus. Only Jordan tied him with 9 games of 40 plus, and only Wilt surpassed him. All of his records is only by 1 or 2 people that have either done it. Nobody else has done the type of stuff this dude has done. But y'all refuse to acknowledge this boy's greatness. Or y'all say he's great, but then you want to discredit him for this and discredit him for that. I'm tired of it. Enough is enough. Like I said, the madness has got to stop. The foolishness has got to stop. It's not right. So, All-time defensive player, 9 times. All NBA first team. I think he's on this. What is it? 11th, 12th, something like that. I know it's close to that amount. He was the catalyst to get the gold medal in 2008. Y'all remember what happened to that same team without him when he had the injury and he couldn't go play in the Worlds when they got bust up by the other countries? Kobe Bryant come back on the team in 2008. He come back on the team in 2008. Go figure, we get the gold. AKA the Doberman, because he told everybody I'm gonna focus on defense. We got enough stars. See, but people don't talk about that part of his game. That he can defer and he's not selfish like they always try to make it. He played defense on every team's best player and locked them up the whole Olympics. And then when that game was tight against Spain, he was out the game and the game was neck and neck, back and forth. Looked like Spain was going to take over. Who did they pull in the game? Came in there and made full impact buckets and hit that three. And that dude hit his hand, 4-point play, and he shushed the crowd. He gave him the finger. Shh, it's over. The gold is now ours. The Black Mamba came and saved the day. The same team with LeBron, Carmelo, CP3, D Wade, all them boys that was on the team before that got bust up. Who was the difference maker? Kobe Bean Bryant. He was the difference maker. Anybody who know basketball, half a brain. If you got half a brain and just a drop of eyesight, you could see that. So when I sit back and really look at this is a travesty in the highest degree because you played with somebody's legacy. You played with their history that they was trying to make just because you didn't like his personality. Just because of the case in Colorado, which we know was some bogus stuff. That's why she dropped the charges, but people still hold that over his head. I ain't never seen somebody have something held over their head as long as that dude, man. It's unbelievable. So, y'all hold that over his head. Y'all keep MVPs from him. Years he should have won it. Phenomenal stuff he did. Stuff that nobody else did but Mike or Wilt those years. And he did the 81-point game in 2006. You gave it to Steve Nash, averaging 17 and 14. I don't care how high your seed is. I started to realize after that with a lot of media people switched, because back in the 80s when they did MVPs, it was more about the phenomenal performance of an individual than it was just the team wins. Like a person back then the team could have 48 wins, 47 wins, but if they had a phenomenal season, they could win an MVP. Now in these last 10, 12 years, they made it about how many wins your team got. They flipped it. That plays a part. Your team wins, but you know what? You can't control how hard other people play. You can only control you. So it's unfair to somebody when they play their heart out every night and put up phenomenal numbers and do phenomenal feats for you to hold that against them, because if they don't end up doing 55, 60 wins. That is the stupidest part of the MVP thing, if you ask me. You got to have 55 or 60 wins, or you got to be top in the West or top in the East for you to be an MVP. No. Go check who's the most valuable to their team. Take them off the team, see how they do. If you was able to just hypothetically take them off the team, see how they do, that's how you find out who's most valuable. It's a myriad of things. It's stats, it's clutch, it's how you do what you do. It's all of these things. It's not one or two things. So it's injustice. It's a travesty. Y'all fools in the sports media kill me, man, with y'all double standards. I'm gonna focus on that for a second before I get off this. Y'all got a double standard. MJ had major problems off the court. Always gambling. always competing with people with all kind of stuff. Ain't had nothing to do with that. But he talked to his teammates bad. All of the reports that came out. He cheated on his wife. All that bad stuff. But everybody overlooked it with him. But nobody overlooked none of Kobe's bad stuff. They held that over his head and kept this boy from MVPs he's supposed to have. Kobe Bean Bryant, holla at your boy, man. This is raw truth from New Orleans. I got your back, dog. You need to holler at me so I could get on these. I need to get on these shows and bust these dude head open. I ain't even gave him everything yet, and let me drop this bomb on y'all real quick. This dude averaged 40 plus points for a whole month, 3 times in his career. Nobody else did that but Wilt, not MJ. He didn't do 40 plus points for a whole month 3 times. Go back and study. Go check the records. I know what I'm talking about. Kobe did it 3 times. You know how phenomenal that is in the NBA to average over 40 for a month? Who you know that could shoot left hand threes and make the owner jump up and clap? Who you know that could mess up their right shoulder where they can't even lift it and come in the game and still be able to play and dribble and shoot with just nothing but a left? That is skills off the charts, man. So this is what y'all gotta do. Y'all gotta come out and admit that some of y'all basically y'all took some of that personal stuff and allowed it to to kind of skew and mess up your judgment on that boy's performance on the court. Y'all gotta live with that. That's a rough pill to swallow. Cause deep down inside, just like Sekou Smith said on that article, the historians and the basketball pundits, whatever you want to call them, they gonna have to answer to the basketball gods how this boy only got one MVP when all of the stuff he's done in his career. It's a tragedy of epic proportions. And I'ma say it to the end of time. That boy got robbed. Matter of fact, what we need to do right now, I need to go straight to Steve Nash's house, smack him upside the head. Give me that 2006 MVP back. You don't deserve it. That's why Kobe Bryant dunked on your behind in them playoffs and put his nuts in your mouth. I know that's rough, but it's the truth. He had to let you know. I got robbed. That was a way of him saying I got robbed. Tim Duncan, I love you. I think you're the big fundamental. Your career is phenomenal. But 2003, that was Kobe's MVP. Give the boy his MVP, man. You know he deserved it too. Let up off them, both of y'all, Steve Nash and Tim Duncan, 2003, 2006. Let the man have his MVPs, man. Y'all know them media like y'all. Y'all are kind of like Steve Nash, Tim Duncan. They like y'all, man. Y'all ain't got nothing that make them mad and frustrated. They don't get angry with y'all. Y'all are calm, cool cats. Kobe don't play that game. Kobe's a killer at all times, and he don't care what you think. That's why they did that boy like that. But see, I respect somebody who work at their craft, hard work, work ethic, give 100% when he's on the court, and never come in there and stink up the joint. That's the kind of person you can look up to as far as a work ethic is concerned. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave y'all with this. Look at it good, cause y'all gonna feel him when he's gone. You're gonna have to go back and look over them archives and say, boy, that boy Kobe Bean Bryant was a bad man. He was a bad man. And he got robbed. This is the raw truth. It hurts to swallow raw truth, but sometimes that's what your soul needs. And y'all be good, and I'm out.